So can you just talk about when you first started doing meditation? You'd come out of the fitness industry and it sort of became a real passion for yours, but we talk about meditation in a way of, okay, so yeah, I want to go and meditate, and we all think of this amazing experience where we're going to sit down and see all of this stuff, but obviously it doesn't start that way. So can you just talk a little bit about those first few days when you came out of that way of you still do fitness obviously, but you came out of thinking that, okay, I want to start meditating, to actually doing it. So what was the process that was involved, and how did you get started?
Okay. Well, my process really started, I guess, and the biggest thing for everybody to understand, it's a want to. It's a belief in self that you can. It's an allowance and giving yourself time and space and giving yourself the credit to do it. Because in today's world, meditation is, again, like spirituality, such a big topic, and it encompasses many different forms of practice, lots of training. There's lots of courses, many guides and gurus out there that offer to teach this to you. But meditation, well, my meditation practice for me started out with just sitting. So it really was just a sitting, and yes, a yearning to see all the imagery that people talk about nowadays, but it really was just giving myself time and allowing myself to sit. And I always say that we're all destined to be and do what we're meant to do. So we all have the ability and the capability to meditate, but it's got to come out of the human form, being able to slow down and give yourself time to recognize that within yourself. So as my meditation practice grew, and it really just grew day by day.
So can I just stop you there?
Sure.
So, okay, so you say it grew day by day, but with the very first meditation you sat down, what did you actually do? Like, what was the process that you took? Because I'm this type of person that I love the thought of sitting down to be able to meditate, but for me, it's like I sit there for maybe a minute or two, and all of a sudden my mind is going crazy with all the things that I have to do and day-to-day stuff, and it's like I just want to stop and just forget about that stuff, and I know that's what I've been told meditation involves. But your very first day, can you remember like how you actually, what was the process with your mind? Was it like 5 minutes that you sat down? Let's just go through that process.
Gosh, taking me back a long way. Within my memory of it, it was an eagerness to do. So I didn't have that mindset straight up that I couldn't do it. It was really, really choosing to sit in that spot. So I do remember sitting there, and like everybody, we have so many thoughts that go through our minds or our thinking process daily. But a big part of meditation is being able to just sit and allow for all that to come up. I think for me, I chose to ignore a lot of those things.
So you still had those thoughts though of
Oh,
day-to-day stuff? Yep.
Definitely. I think for anybody to say that they don't have those thoughts at the beginning of the meditation process would be lying to themselves, because that is part of the human component. And those thoughts are the thoughts that make you up. So they're the thoughts that are going to rise up. They're the thoughts that you have to acknowledge. And you, on a human physical form, are going to offer this to yourself, maybe deliberately, so that it doesn't allow you to sit in a space of quiet.
Okay. So you acknowledge those thoughts is what you're saying with your early meditations. You just, or even today, you still acknowledge those thoughts. But then do you still sit there, and is there something like they talk about almost trying to picture a white light or something like that? Like what was the process back then?
I know Spirit today offers me, I'm very quick to get into the meditation process, and you would understand as you work your way through the process, it gets easier and easier to attain. But the beginning, yes, meditation's described just as a place of calm to sit. People often hear that saying, to wipe all thoughts from my thinking process, which is wrong. We really need to allow all that to come up and to be able to dig into that and analyze everything that's coming up. But yes, exactly what you said, Jimmy, the white light process, the gentle, subtle music playing in the background, whatever gets you to a place of peace and calm. For me, I'm a quiet meditator, so I don't need the music and candles and drums or beating of music in the background to get me there. But we have to really allow people to experience it for themselves and find your fit, find what fits you. So that could be whatever you choose it to be.
So just moving on a bit then, so obviously I've tried to delve into, okay, what was the process like for you at the very, very start of when you first started meditating? But obviously those first few meditations wouldn't have been as long or as easy as what it is now for you. You've said that you can get into meditation very, very quickly. So how long did it take you to be able to transition? And obviously you had a passion and a yearning for it and you really, really loved it. So you were doing it continually. Was it daily when you first started?
Yes, I practiced every day, and I did say a little bit earlier that it does have to become a practice within you. It's like working out at the gym, eating great food, just really bringing structure to your life, because it becomes a place where you have to sit in an allowance for yourself. So yes, I started out every day, and time-wise it might have only been 5 or 10 minutes. I have to say I probably sat longer than that because I really wanted to. So I had the visionary that comes in that most people get to experience, whether it be color, imagery, thoughts, or geometric patterns, things like that. So I had a lot of that came through. So my process to meditation probably started quite, I'm going to say advanced, I guess, in a sensing of someone who is starting off really, really basic, because I was drawn to it. I had a passion for it. So I think this enabled me to grasp a really good concept of it and what I was trying to achieve out of it.